just... Hey guys, I lost the whole file for this segment for the rest of this level, so I'm gonna have to do this whole level all over again. So you expect this. So I'm gonna have to like do a little re-editing of videos, but expect this to come. Pretty much everything from the point where the last video left off up till the first room of Bowser's castle was lost. Oh yeah, they used... I don't know, perhaps like half an hour to an hour. Oh, they also use invisible coin blocks as cheap tricks. They use invisible coin blocks to like screw over your jumps, like that. Just when you... and whoever made this hack actually planned it very well in advance. He made sure the invisible coin blocks were in the place he expects you to jump.
How are you supposed to get over that coin block?
You've got to jump like around it. Like you've got to make sure that you just don't... And yeah, that part can be a issue because that platform, you've got to immediately jump off of it. A lot of this is like really quick reactions and there's like no resting point at all. That's the thing about this level. The only resting point is at the beginning of the level and at the midway point. That's pretty much the only resting point in the level. So that's... yeah. And it sucks because that was actually some good footage, but I'm gonna have to do that again because of how this turned out. Oh boy.
How are you supposed to do that?
You're supposed to like do a really I'm gonna have to
time it to a fraction of a second.
Like pretty much, and you've got to you've got to like jump towards the left and go around the coin block. Like all of this is supposed to be really unfair. Although I don't know if the Japanese will consider it unfair. I mean, they made this and they probably consider it fair. Oh boy, hang on, let's see if I can get this. Yeah. Like, so my rewind will take me to midair, which is actually a good thing, so I don't have to do this. Oh, come on. My momentum is like my biggest enemy. Basically, this entire game is about controlling your momentum and not going too fast. Oh.
Like in that situation, you can't go too fast in the right direction.
Exactly. And
even though you're really tempted to.
I know, because you're also tempted to rush this thing because you've got to get on the platforms fast and activate them. Otherwise, you won't have a chance. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay, hang on. I don't want to rewind too far by mistake. Okay, that's a good place for my rewind to take me. I don't want to screw this up.
Just rewind, is that like loading a quick save?
Yeah, except you don't know where it will take you. It just takes you... Actually, sometimes it has a... It's not really constant, the amount of how far back you rewind. It may also depend on how many consecutive times you hit the button. And how long, like there's also gaps you've got to wait between rewinds, otherwise they'll register themselves as consecutive and take you further back than you really want to be. And that part's really tricky. You've got to get on and quickly get off. You've got to get on that thing and quickly get off. Like, there's really no time to lose. Yeah. If you go over 2 gigabytes, you lose the whole recording. If you go over 1.97 gigabytes, you don't lose the recording, but you lose the ability to... You don't lose the recording, but you won't be able to view the recording unless you're on YouTube. Meaning, if you go between 1.97 and 2 gigabytes, you can only view the video on YouTube, meaning you can't edit any parts out. Using Movie Maker, you have to upload it directly. At first I was afraid I'd lose the whole recording. But luckily, that only happens if it goes over 2 gigabytes. I don't know if there's...
How many gigs do you have now?
that's a file size. I just try, like, I try to make sure that doesn't go over 2000, that number over there. If that thing goes over 2000, I'm screwed. Like, I lose a recording. Trust me, I've learned the hard way. Sometimes some really good footage comes in and I lose it because of that.
So you have to edit out all these parts where you die?
No, I'm not gonna. That's what makes the LP fun. But if you wanted to edit some unnecessary parts out that you did not want, like maybe
What's
just
LP?
Let's Play, it stands for Let's Play. Usually it's for normal games, not ROM hacks, but people have gotten popular by playing this. This is actually has gotten a bad name. People say this is the worst hack ever because of its difficulty, but you've got to admit that it was cleverly thought out, even though it's difficult. The reason this actually gets a bad name is because people try to make spin-offs of this, and the spin-offs are just really crappy because they just use the same ideas without anything new. Oh,
You mean like it's just difficult, but it's not like clever difficult?
it's like some people make things that are difficult, but not even clever, and sometimes not even as difficult because it's just a cheap rip-off. Like, if people make good Kaizo hacks, but then there are also bad Kaizo hacks that give Kaizo hacks a bad name. Usually people forget to change the graphics. Like this one, the graphical issue that would prevent this from getting accepted on SMW Central is floating munchers. Floating munchers are instant rejection because they look ugly unless they're redrawn or changed into something else. Like, SMW Central is a site dedicated to ROM hacks. They actually have like two sections. They have a regular hack section, which is supposed to be hacks that are meant to be done without tools. Then they have a Kaizo hack section. And both of them are really popular. And they have strict guidelines, and they do like everything. They have people who teach ASM so you can make your custom sprites and custom blocks, so you've got programming into it also. Like, this one didn't actually have any programming involved. It was vanilla. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the base game.
It's just, yeah, this one didn't have any custom.
When you mean clever, you mean like it didn't have those coin blocks or anything like really well thought out like that?
Yeah, like people try to imitate those traps, but they don't put them in the correct position. When I actually use coin blocks in my hack, I try to use them in puzzles instead, because what they do is they act as a block that's not solid until you hit it from below, meaning you can pass through it from the top, the left, and the right sides, but you can't pass through it from the bottom. And once you hit it from the bottom, you can't pass through it from any side. I hate that coin block so much. But you've got, see, he knows exactly where your instinct will tell you to jump, and he puts a coin block right there, because whoever made this, the guy, his name is T. Takemoto. Okay. Oh crap. Oh shit. Too late. Let me see where this takes me. Okay, good. This is actually a good place to take me if I can just... Yeah, that's a good place to rewind back to. Oops, went too far. The funny thing is the munchers actually hurt blocks, meaning they hurt you from all sides. In the original game...
Which are the munchers? Are those the black things?
Yeah, munchers. They were originally only meant to be placed on the ground, so because they only look like they could hurt you from the bottom, and that was just a that's just a screw you right there. Yeah. Basically, artificial difficulty. Like, the original use of invisible coin blocks was to hide a secret, not to screw over your jumps.
Yeah, I mean, I am familiar with Mario. I do play games.
Yeah, but they were not meant to screw over your jumps. This basically... Oh! Okay, so I've got to remember the invisible coin blocks. Okay, that's a good place to rewind to. Okay, just hold. Oh crap, I rewound too far. I pressed the backspace button an extra time by mistake. Darn it. Yeah, and if I rewind too far, I really get pissed. Oh. Yeah, that... Oh, you gotta like jump over it at the perfect
I
time.
saw this one indie game where it was like,
What was
I don't
it?
know, it was really hard, but there was nothing that surprised you, so it never felt frustrating.
What do you mean nothing? Oh, like no traps. It's just regular difficulty, like nothing artificial.
Yeah, it's like...
Have you heard of I Wanna?
It's like it had the time, the jumps really precise, but like...
Have you heard of I Wanna Be the Guy?
What?
Have you heard of the game I Wanna Be the Guy?
No.
I think this is basically what it's basically the inspiration that this took from. This has been inspired by that. I Wanna Be the Guy is supposed to be an unfair platformer with really precision jumps, but it's supposed to be done without tools. Okay, this looks doable.
Technically, it's all doable.
Yeah, technically it's all doable.
Technically, you could play this from the beginning and not that.
Yeah, if you could edit out those parts of your life where you die and have to reload just...
I mean, technically, you could play this for, like, in one life.
Yeah, just edit out, like, if you could do rewinds with real life, you could do that. If you could, like, do real life rewinds. Meaning I delete those portions of my life.
I'm just talking about, like, you get a really lucky first playthrough.
Well, that's there also. Oh, darn it. Okay, no, that's not it. This part is really tricky. You've got to push the right platform high enough so it doesn't lift you up. You gotta push that thing high enough so it doesn't, so you can then get under there. And time that well. I do gotta time this really. Oh. Yeah, this part has very intricate timing.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh. Yeah, this part is really intricate timing. You can't let the platform go by at all. You gotta push this just high enough. Oh. Missed.
Maybe just think this one must have been a bitch.
Oh, I bet it was. Which is probably why that guy, whoever made this, must have put a lot of extra effort just into the beta testing. Oh, almost made that.
Like, you have to make sure these jumps are impossible, but like...
And he probably made it so that they were just possible.
I mean, if I'd been beta testing, I would have thought that you couldn't have physically made that jump.
Yeah, but beta testing, he, like, tries everything. Although...
Could you get a computer program to, like, maximize your output to make sure it's possible or something?
Ooh, darn it. Went too far right.
A computer program to, like, play this game to make sure it's possible?
I'm not sure. Maybe that's how they tested it. But you could, like, record TASs of this, meaning you'd use a movie recorder feature. Alright, we're doing good on time. Only half a megabyte left, and it's only this first room I really need to do. I just need to do first room and I'll stop the recording. Although, yeah. Oops. Yeah, so right now the only tools I'm really using are fast forward, rewind, and fast forward. Oh, darn it. Just a little more to the right. Okay, I guess that's gonna have to be my rewind spot then. Alright. So I'll stop the recording here, cause next video... Yeah, I lost all my audio. That's just horrible. So now they won't get to hear my commentary.
You still type it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Dolphin room. This part is a pain. You gotta like time it. You gotta time it so that you can get. Oh, I actually got that one. I jumped too soon though.
At least the levels are short.
Yeah. Well, that sky stage is actually the hardest level. Trust me.
This stage?
No, the sky stage. The one right before this, it's the hardest stage. Because you pretty much have no time to stop by and think or anything. And oh boy, and this jump can be a real bitch. Okay, let's wait for another cycle. Too soon. Alright.
Have you beaten this before? Or?
Yeah, but I've beaten it with save states and rewinds. I'm doing it with only rewinds. Oh. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff they expect you to do. Like spin jumping off of grinders while avoiding spikes above.
And below.
Yeah, and below too. Munchers below. Like this has become.
Are all these things in the regular Mario game?
No, these aren't. These are hacks. These are custom. I mean, the objects used like the grinder, the spikes, and the munchers are all in the regular Mario game, but over here they're used for a quite different purpose. In the Super Mario World, the only purpose of the munchers was just to replacement of a pit. So instead of dying, you only take a hit, and Yoshi can walk across it. This time it's used as a hurt block because in Super Mario World it was only placed on the floor, so it doesn't really matter if they hurt you from all directions. Oh, almost. Okay, I think I can make this one. I think the boss is here. The boss is actually Invisible Bowser. It's the same Bowser as Super Mario World, but it's Invisible Bowser. Oh, okay, he only takes one hit in the first phase. That's also been altered. And semi-invisible, I don't want to take a hit unless it's in this part.
Would this part be impossible if you haven't like played Mario before?
Pretty much. If you haven't played Super Mario World, this part is good. It would be really unfair, and it's meant to be really unfair actually. Okay, so I know he's around there. He's supposed to drop a bowling ball if I remember. Yeah. It would really be a dick move if they made the bowling ball invisible. That would just be a dick move right there. So yeah,
I had a Half-Life walkthrough with I didn't get hit. I just like saved and then beat each area without taking any damage. Took me a very long time.
Okay. The third phase can be really annoying because that's when he actually uses his copter to attack you. That's when Bowser actually hurts you. Like, so far he hasn't really directly attacked you. He's only used Mecha Koopas.
In flames.
Yeah, pretty much. So, just gonna have to imagine where he is. Okay, I think I have a pretty good idea of where he is. Okay, maybe I don't. Maybe he's gone in the other direction. Yeah, he has. And pretty much that's the end of the whole thing.